Good morning. Thank you for taking this time to talk with me about the municipal election. First, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Hilmar Høgenni. I am the head of the section who takes care of the election in the ministry. And we take care of both local and general election.
Okay, thank you. And now, as everybody know or hear on the news, the municipal election, kommunuval, is coming up. So my first question is, who can run for the kommunuval?
All those who can vote also can run for election.
Okay, and that's a really good question. That's a really good point that I want to ask you. As an immigrant, as a non-Faroese, who has the right to vote at the kommunuval?
Of course, all who have Danish citizenship,
yeah.
And then foreigners who have lived in the Faroes for the past 3 years, they can vote for local election.
Okay, so you're saying that people that lived in the Faroe Islands for 3 consecutive years,
yes.
So they can't leave for 1 year and then they come back. No, so all 3 years.
It starts all over again.
It starts all over again.
If you leave for a period.
Okay, some people have said or talk about that you need to have a permanent residence permit, a varende oppholdsløyve. Is that
No.
correct or incorrect?
If you have lived in the Faroes for 3 years, you can vote for local election.
For local election, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's very interesting. But so yeah, if I have the right to go vote, sometimes in the media we hear about what is called a borgerlist, the people list, and then the flokkalist, the party list. What is the difference?
For election here, we use list for like parties.
Yes.
They can be borgerlist. It's a local list, not. We have different version. In some municipalities, you have political parties. Yeah. Others, you have citizens who just make a list of their own.
Yes.
Some of the lists are local, like for a town or a special area in the municipality, but they are on a list together.
Okay.
And that has influence on who gets elected.
Okay. And talking about the list and voting, we hear a lot about the valkort, the voting card. What is that about, and where can I get one?
To use your right to vote, you have to be on a voting list.
Okay.
And how to check if you are on a voting list? The period when the voting list was on display has passed.
Okay.
But then the municipality sent out election cards.
Yeah.
And they will be in the mailbox Monday or Tuesday coming week.
Okay.
And it will look like this.
Oh, like this. Okay.
And you hear this black box will say your name.
Yeah.
And your address. Number on the top is the number of your number on the election list.
Yes.
And on the other side is at valkort. Local election 10th of November 2020, and this is where you're supposed to go to, where your polling station is.
Yes.
Address of your polling station.
Okay, so yeah, can I just show in the video, but maybe we can also post this on the website or show it to you. It looks like this. So yeah, so here you're saying that this is the address that I have to go to vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just an example. And like Liz said, that in Strentor, the election will be in Bygdehuset at Rondon.
Yes.
And it will take place from 10 a.m. to 20 p.m.
Yeah. Yes. So that you have to be there from at that time that's stated here. Okay.
And in most places, this is not that important. But if you vote, for instance, in Tórshavn, you look for the numbers in the queue, and you go to the queue where your number is.
Okay.
But there are people who will guide you on the spot.
Okay, good. So if I don't understand so well, there'll be people there to help me to go to the right place. You said that next week, Monday, Tuesday, people should be receiving this in the mailbox. But if I lived here for 3 years and next week I don't get it, then what should I do?
You should go to your municipality.
Okay.
And ask for one.
Okay, and they will help.
And if there's something wrong with the list and you are not on the list, they're supposed to be, they will make the correction and they will make one for you.
Okay.
And at the same time also, on the election day, you can also turn up, and if you can prove you are supposed to be on the election list, they will make you one like this. And this is necessary. You gave this, pass this over to those who, and then you get your voting list.
Okay. So yeah, I go and then they give me something else.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's say that when is the municipal election? What day is that?
It's on the 10th of November.
10th of November.
Yeah.
But if I were not to be in the Faroes at that time, I'm traveling to another country. Well, is there any other way I can vote before that? Yeah.
You can do a postal voting.
Okay, postal voting. Yeah.
Yes. And this is if you are if you can't turn up on the election day, and for instance if you are away abroad, then you can already go now to your local municipality or any other municipality and make a postal vote.
Okay.
And you go to the office of the municipality, and here is the. You fill this out with your name and so on.
Yes.
And then you get this, and this is the ballot.
Yes.
Yeah. And here you put the name of the list or the person you want to vote for.
Okay. So you have to write it yourself.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And if you can't write, you can get help.
Okay. So
but you have to tell the helper what to write.
Yes. So that's very good to know. So if you need assistance with writing, then ask somebody at the municipality to write. Okay.
Otherwise, you do this on your own. Yeah. Put it in here, and you rip this away. Yeah. And this is your vote.
Yeah.
And this vote, together with this, where you have put your name, will go on in the big envelope.
Yes.
And the municipality where you did your postal vote will mail this to your municipality.
Okay.
And you have to do it in time, so this can be on the polling station before the election start on the election day.
Yes.
If you are in the Faroes but can't turn up on the election day, you can do this a week ahead.
A week ahead. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that's really.
And the final day for this kind of voting is the day before the election.
Day before.
But if you want to make sure that it's on the
election day,
yes, you have to do it in time.
Yes. Okay. Oh, that's. Yeah, that's really good to know, because there are, of course, also for the Faroese people, there are people that are working overseas, so it's good to try to do that ahead of time. So on the day of election, I have my valkort. Yeah. What else should I prepare in order to go to the polling station?
You should bring some kind of identification.
Okay.
You it's not. They can ask for identification.
Yes.
To identify you.
Okay, so
but it's not. Don't always do that. If they know who you are, they don't do.
Yeah. If I bring my driver's license, kørekort, is that good enough?
Yes, that's good enough.
Or if it's a passport, that's
okay.
Good
enough. Yeah.
Okay. And then, from what I understood, is that you go and you show your valkort and your identification. Then you will receive a form to go vote.
Yeah, you receive your vote.
Yes.
And the vote is, like, this is an example on how to vote.
Okay.
You put an X, cross, and you can vote for the list or for one of the person on the list.
Yeah.
And the lists are divided by a larger line.
Yes.
And the person are divided by smaller lines.
Yes.
Here you have several parties. in many of the municipalities you will only have one list.
Okay.
Or two lists.
Yes. And it's important to know that we can only vote once. Or cross, yeah. Once.
And it's important to be across, not a V or and nothing else but across.
Okay, very good.
If you put something else on, like for instance, put your name on and several crosses or a circle around, it will not count.
Okay. So
if you put a wrong, you're voting in the wrong place, you can go back to the people who are have passed this out to you.
Yes.
Tell them I did something wrong.
Okay.
Then you give them the one with the
there's a new one,
and then you get a new one.
Okay, so you get a second chance if you make a mistake.
Yes.
Okay. So it's very important, everyone, to make sure that you do an X and nothing else than an X. Okay.
And if you vote for the list, your vote only have influence on which list will get members.
Okay.
If you vote personally, you also have influence on which person on the list will be elected.
Okay.
Or get elected.
Yes. That's a very important information to know. And if any people that are watching this have any more questions, who should they go to ask questions about the kommunuval?
They can ask the local municipalities, and they can also go to our homepage.
Yes.
And they can both call or mail us.
Okay, and we can also find this on the website, the ministry's website.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, Hilmar, for your time.
You're welcome.